Good morning, Combatant Nation and the A-Bird Freedom Fam. Well, we're back from the range from an early morning test fire here in Arizona because it gets hot. But this test fire became a catastrophe in case you couldn't pick it up from the thumbnail. But what exactly happened? Alright, first of all, let's go ahead and let's remove the source of feed. Lock the slide to the rear. Visually, physically, ensure that this firearm is clear. This is the firearm that we were out test firing today. There are no sights on the slide, therefore I have a TLR1 Streamlight laser light combo on the bottom. But 45 rounds into the test fire, Murphy showed up. And we all know Murphy, and Murphy has this weird habit of taking your best laid plans and butt fucking them into the ground and into submission. Well, that's what happened today because boom, 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 boom. Huh. Next round, wooden chamber. Okay. So, I've got my chamber flag here. And this chamber flag, obviously, is more than the length of the barrel. So, we should be able to push the chamber flag and see it in the chamber. No. Yes, that's right, folks. Major ammo manufacturer, as a matter of fact, not some garage reloaded stuff. We got a squib. So, real quick, why is a squib dangerous? A squib is dangerous because that projectile is barely into the rifling right now. Part of it's actually still sitting in the chamber. That's why another round won't chamber fully. Actually, we can go ahead and demonstrate that because I have 9mm snap caps. Snap caps. Okay. So what happens is that round barely leaves the chamber. More than likely it was just a primer. Blocks up the barrel. Now the next round fires, but there's an obstruction. So now you get excess pressure, and that's when bad things happen. So just to illustrate it, I'll go ahead and, as you see, that snap cap does not fully seat in the chamber. Okay, so there's a number of remedies for this, and I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not trying to get strikes and everything on YouTube, being a small channel. But this vise and these vise blocks are going to come in handy in a minute, because what I've got to do is remove the barrel and get the obstruction out. So everybody stay tuned, and let's look at the aftermath. Okay, so of course I removed the slide, removed the recoil spring, removed the thread protector, and pulled the barrel. Now you should be able to see daylight, but actually what you can see, oh man, I wish I could get this so that you could see it, but yeah, it's just not going to show. Maybe I can get the light. Anyhow, you can actually see the back of the projectile is literally sitting right at the back of the chamber. Where's our snap cap? So obviously that was just a primer. So luckily that's going to be an oddball disaster safety, you might say, because that next round won't even chamber. You can't physically get it in there, get it in the battery, and get it to fire and cause your overpressure and try to blow the barrel apart in the slide in your face like a hand grenade. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this out, and then we'll actually look at the slug. Stand by. Okay, so I'll just walk you through what I did. Because of the fact the round was so close to the chamber and had barely grabbed literally maybe a 1/4 inch of rifling, I went ahead and drove it towards the chamber using an aluminum rod that's actually protected, 100-mile-an-hour tape, making sure that we don't scar up the chamber or the rifle, and getting in there with a steel rod and just banging away, or a screwdriver. Bad ideas all day long. But as you can see now, we have daylight through there. And I'm going to try to show it, but there's just barely any markings at all onto the rifling. Where is my Sharpie? We'll use a pointer. So literally the crown of the round came down, hit full diameter, and there's just barely not even a 1/4 inch a rifling mark on that projectile. Now our 9mm round goes fully in. So, Squib, very dangerous. Actually, I did not even integrity. I was firing, bang, 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 bang. But I got a dead trigger, but it didn't register that nothing had really ejected. I racked the slide, of course. That brass came out. The next round wouldn't go to battery. Almost half the cartridge is sticking out. That's when I was like, ooh, okay. So, chamber flags. I have one in all my range bags, but especially with a handgun, as long as they're the length of the barrel or more, if you suspect a squib, clear the firearm. Clear the firearm. Remove that source of feed. Lock that slide to the rear. Revolver. Open the cylinder. Get the ammo away from the hammer. Go ahead and run your chamber flag down your barrel. Or if you have even a pull-through cable, like a Otis cleaning kit, go ahead and ease your cable in there. And if it stops and doesn't make it out the chamber side, so as you can see, that would be good. That would not. So every now and then, things happen. So you could get up and you could have a great day like I am today. Got up, hit the gym, felt good, even being old and fat. Came home, had that milk, post-workout shake, feeling good, went to the range, everything was going good, getting ready to tell the customer his gun's up and running, everything's happy, and then, Murphy jumped in, raw dog style, threw in a squib. So just a quick little rundown on a squib. And now what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and reassemble the, so that pesky squib is out of there, right? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to reassemble our slide. And being that it's got a threaded barrel, always go ahead, the minute your barrel's back in the slide, go ahead and put your thread protector on immediately. It's kind of like scope caps for turrets. Put them back on there so you don't lose track of them or don't inadvertently do something stupid and mess up a thread. Got our slide reassembled. We'll put her back on our grit grips frame. So now we're back up and running. As always, no ammunition on the bench. Snap caps are the exemption. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up a couple snap caps. 3 of them sounds good. Because we're 45 rounds deep when we hit our squib. So now we know we've got our snap caps. Obviously, all the way back in the battery. Back in the battery. Back in the battery. So today's video is just a quick little rundown on a squib. And the fact that just because you got raw dogged by Murphy's Law, shit happens. Don't compound it by staying on the range and forcing things to happen. Because when we force things to happen, things usually go bad. So I got everybody stay safe. Everybody hydrate. As you know, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. A squib sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Having a squib sucks. Don't let it ruin your day. Get that squib out of there. Come in and see somebody like myself, A-Bird Freedom Support here in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Bring that pistol in with the squib in it, magazine out, of course. If you can lock the slide to the rear, that's always great. Everybody in a shop always appreciates a firearm being handed over. No magazine, slide lock to the rear. And then we'll book it in. We'll assess it. We'll get that squib out and get it back out and test fired. Until next time, everybody stay safe.